Right, this is Gary's and Ross's evaluation. Right, first clip. The scene starts with a candid close-up of the main character. This was done to get the character introduced, and it poses questions for the audience, like why is he laying down. We thought the candid shot would be a useful way to complement the drunken effect we were trying to achieve. After a few seconds, the character opens his eyes. The character's eyes will roll around, highlighting his bewilderment. We dress the character in smart clothes. This is in contrast to where he is, on the ground, in the street, and we thought this was an effective technique.
In our media project, we used, developed and challenged forms and conventions of real media products. We looked at films such as Saw and I Am Legend. We have developed our film from I Am Legend using the idea of one man left on the earth and basing the story around one main character. We challenged conventions from Saw. The film was introduced with a mystery and providing lots of questions for the audience, which, at the early stages, could not be answered.
Right, in this clip, you see, the character slowly rises and then stands up. We have used editing techniques to speed up the character rising to his feet. He takes a look around at the surroundings again to project his bewilderment, and that the character is unsure of his own location. Then it hopefully will give a clear indication to the audience that the character is not in a place which is known to him, again creating more mystery to the film and providing the question of how and why is he there.
Our media project has used and represented certain social groups in society. We have used a young cast, and when the character is first seen lying in the street, it automatically makes the audience believe that the character has woken up from a night out.
Right, in this particular clip, the character then stumbles towards a nearby car and will use the car to balance himself again to emphasise his bewilderment. This again defects to the drunken effect we previously stated. The camera will see the main character walk past the camera while stumbling over to the car. This is an effective technique because it watches the character's movement and is effective for showing when he falls onto the car.
A fourth clip, the character then slowly moves towards the car window. We used a low angle shot looking up at the character, which becomes a close-up. We have used this camera angle to emphasise emotion, and we used a low angle shot to show that the main character is more superior to the dead person.
Right, we're just going to stop right here just to say something about media institutions. Different media institutions can distribute our media project in all different ways. Our main institution would be television, as this could show our project and advertise it, and make the watching audience interested in the film. Our target audience is between 16 to 30 year olds, mostly because that is our age group, so therefore we know what we like. However, there are other forms of media institutions that could be used, such as magazines and radio, to advertise a film. However, they would not be as successful as television, as they would only be able to advertise and not show the film.
In this clip, the camera now pans round into a close-up of the dead person, with their head laid on the steering wheel. We have used makeup in this scene to create the blood around the character's eyes. We have used blood because this shows it's an unnatural death, and we believed it would add mystery to the scene and create the question of what has happened to the character for the audience. This is a major scene in our film because it really starts to ask questions from the audience of what has happened, why it's happened and how.
Our media project, previously stated, will be aimed for the younger generation. However, it could be targeted for the middle-aged people as well. We believe this because it has a genre of mystery, and usually it is more common for these age groups to enjoy these kinds of movies. When we started our film, we aimed to create a film that was interesting and related to teenagers, but also related to other age groups as well.
In this scene, the character then moves away from the car sharply and vomits. We have made the character vomit to make the scene more dramatic. We have used the camera angle from the previous clip to show him vomiting, which is a middle shot. However, we edited to a long shot so it could show more of the character's actions. The character then gets out his phone to try and phone someone. However, his phone does not work, and this was done to show that the character has no form of communication.
Right, our film attempted to attract the viewer straight from the opening with different camera angles, editing techniques and sound. We have tried to use these techniques to complement our genre, mystery, which we believe is an interesting genre. We have posed questions to the audience straight away that should make the film interesting and make the audience want to watch and get answers.
In the 7th clip, there is a shot of the main character running over to a character lying on the floor. We used a middle long shot for this scene because we did not want to show the character on the floor. However, we wanted to have a longer shot to show surroundings. The character then starts to search the character on the floor to look for a source of communication. We have done this to show the main character is desperate and is panicking.
Right, in this particular scene, we use a medium close-up on the two characters. In this scene, the character lying on the floor wakes up and we have made him cough. This adds drama to the scene and shows that there is something wrong with the character. We have then added a small amount of dialogue into the scene, which includes the character on the floor saying, "Did you see it?" while staring. This shows that the character is nervous and is indicating to the main character that there is something he should have seen. The main character then replies with see what, in a high-pitched voice. This should show the character is panicking and is demanding an answer. However, the character on the floor dies before a response is made, so this keeps the ongoing question of what is happening and keeps the audience interested.
This clip shows the character stumbling away from the dead body and into the middle of the road. We used a middle close-up for this to show the character backing away and then treading on a paper. The character then picks up the paper and takes a glance around to show that he is still not aware where he is, and that the paper has made him and the viewer more confused and intrigued on what is going on.
In this task, we have learnt many things, especially from technology. We have learnt that with the better quality products such as cameras, we can achieve a good grade and that these are essential for us. Also, we recognised we need basic editing programs to achieve good grades so that we can edit to improve the film. However, if we want the high quality products, this can be quite costly. We also used a tripod in our film to make steady movement to balance out the fact that we didn't have a better high quality camera as we could have.
In this clip, we used a close-up on the newspaper to show what the character is looking at. This is a point of view shot which zooms in specifically on the date. We've done this to show the date and to show when the scene is set.
Right, this scene in particular is our flashback scene. This shows the same area 3 days before this incident. We have edited the scene to make it look lighter and make a positive effect on the viewer. Because this is a better time for the character as there is life, we use a panning shot on the scene so the viewer can get the whole picture and see the positive atmosphere provided.
From looking back at our preliminary task, I feel that our project has now developed a lot. We have successfully used continuity in this film, whereas before we had a few glitches. We have now effectively used sound and used sharp sound noises in dramatic parts and creepy music in calm parts. Also, we have used effective camera angles to complement the mood and the genre in this project.
This shot in particular is another panning shot, showing the time at present day, when the character is on his own again. We have used dark lighting this time to show the mood, and it also shows the surroundings in the present compared to the past.
In this clip, we have used the same close-up shots from the last clip. However, we have zoomed away from the paper as the character walks away from the camera. The character then drops the paper. He does this to signify he does not need it anymore, and that the paper has not helped him figure out where he is or why he is there.
Right, this is our last scene before the title Left Alone. In this shot, there is a long, higher angled shot. This is used to make the sense that someone is looking down on the character as the character gazes around, again posing the question of what is going on. The camera then zooms onto the character to show the emotion on his face. We also use this high angle to show that he has less power over the situation than he can have.